Hello, and welcome to the Style Connect video demonstration. We began developing our software in the fall of 2016 at the University of South Carolina. Our software is being developed as part of the USC College of Engineering and Computing Senior Capstone Project. The 5 members of our development team are Josh Benton, Andrew Dorsett, Mark Layton, Tony Simmons, and Troy Wingert. After graduating from the University of South Carolina in May of 2017, our team will continue development of Style Connect, and we hope to launch our software commercially. So what is Style Connect? Style Connect is a custom internal business software specifically designed for the hair salon industry. We built Style Connect to help salon owners and hairstylists offer their clients a more personal experience. After surveying the current software offerings, we knew we could develop Style Connect to be better than many of the software options available on the market to those in the hair salon industry. Now I will demo Style Connect and show some of its many features. Style Connect is a web application, so it can be accessed through a web browser like Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome. When the user wants to access the software, they'll be brought to the login screen where they'll need to enter their user login credentials. So we enter a username and a password, and we'll log in. Upon logging in, they'll be brought to the client section of the software. And you can see here that we have a nav bar on the left-hand side for easy navigation of the different sections of the software. The client section of the software, seen here, shows all information about all clients. And you can scroll through and you can see different clients and information about them. So let's add a new client. First you'll type a name, John Jones, and then you want to add a status. Now a status is a user-defined field, meaning that a stylist that's using the software could go in and define different statuses. So you could do haircut, John Jones, the user we're about to create, it could be his status could be a haircut, it could be a regular, it could be a prospect, it could be anything you want. You create the statuses as the user. So let's just use regular, and we'll select the location as Columbia, and we'll select group. Now group is another user-defined category. So let's say that John Jones, the person we're creating, is a musician. We'll go put musician, and it allows for easy searching later on. So once you've entered in all the information about the new client, you click Create Client, and you'll see down here that John Jones is created. And you have another series of options available to you over here. So here's John Jones, the user that's selected, the one we just created. And you can edit his name, you can edit location, you can edit status, or you can edit group. You can also upload a profile picture of him, of John, of the person you've created, and you can add a phone number. Okay. So another thing we've added is client notes. So client notes will allow for you to go put in preferences about your client. So let's say John Jones's color preferences are purple. He wants purple hair. His style preference is short hair, and let's say he likes cats. Okay, so now that information, you click update, and that information will be saved, so the next time you go and look up John Jones, you'll be able to see that. Alright, so there's also, if you want to look up information about your client, we have a filter option. The filter option can be collapsed or expanded. And let's say you can search by name, you can search by status, you can search by location, you can search by group. You can also filter, you can also sort, so you can see here we sort by name, you can sort by location, so here you can see all of Atlanta's together, Charleston, so on and so forth. You can search by status, so you can see all the haircuts are lined up here, all the prospects are lined up here, and you can search by group. Okay, so here we have John Jones, we entered a musician, and you can see that we've sorted by group, and there he is. All right, another feature we've added is you can search by notes include. So remember the notes that we went and entered about John Jones a minute ago. Let's find him. The notes that we went and added for John, you may recall that he likes hair color. So let's say we search, remember we put his hair color as purple. So we'll go to purple, we'll click enter, and here it is. John Jones, the musician that we just created, the user. He likes purple hair color, so that's an easy search option. All right, so that pretty much wraps up the client section of the software and the features that exist there. So moving on to the category section. So in the category section, you can define new locations. So let's say we want to have a new location of Greenville. Okay, so we type Greenville, we click create, and you can see that Greenville is created. You can also do that for status. So let's say status, we'll just put awesome. And you create that, and then there's an awesome status. So you, again, the user can define these, and you can do the same thing for groups. So remember earlier, the user we created was a musician. That was defined here. All right, you can also go in and you can change the group colors. You can change their color scheme. You may remember that back here in the clients area, things are color-coded, and that is color-coded by group. And that allows you to look up, you can see that programmers are pink, you know, and things like that. And different groups have different colors, and that is user defined, and it allows for them to be able to have quick retrieval of certain information by seeing different colors based on different groups. All right, so moving on to the settings section of the software. Here you can switch databases, and maybe a stylist might only have access to one database. So because you have to make sure you have separation of databases which are client lists, you don't want stylist A to be able to see stylist B's client list. All right, so you have to have separation of databases and client lists here. However, if you have a salon manager, they may have a need. They're the admin. They might be able to see multiple databases here or client lists, and there might be a need for that at the admin level. We have created two themes. The default theme is the dark theme, but there's also a light theme, so I'll switch to that, and I'll do the rest of the demo in the light theme. All right, so we've created different views. The default view is probably one that will be utilized the most, and that basically is going to detect the type of device that's being used, and it will change the view accordingly. So for instance, this is actually I'm using a desktop right now to demo this software, and so it's in desktop view, and you'll see when I click desktop view, nothing changes. However, if I was using a mobile device, the default view would detect that and it would switch to mobile view. So you can see when we switch to mobile view, the nav bar here has bigger buttons to allow for easier pressing with thumbs and things like that. All right, so there's the views. I'll switch back to the default view, and you can see that the nav bar changes to smaller buttons. All right, here you can change a password. You just do that for where you type in, when you know, as the user, you would type in your old password and then new password and confirm that and click change password. You can create users. Here you can click on the username and you just type a new user and a new password and click create. Here you can edit user permissions. So for instance, we are logged in right now as CCRM user. So I can go in there and I can give myself admin rights or not, and I can save that. And then I would, if I did, let's say I turned off admin rights for this, I would click update. I can also go give myself permissions for databases. So if I wanted to give myself this permission, I would just go like this, and now I have permission to see this database. Or I could remove one if I wanted to, just like that. All right. So you can also create databases. Here you can just type the name of the database and click create. All right, so going back to settings, you can see here all the settings that are available. All right, moving on to the scheduler. This is going to be a really important thing for pretty much any salon. They're going to need to be able to enter in new events and you know, things like that, and then be able to see from a weekly basis or a daily basis what their schedule is looking like. The blue bar here represents the current time, and the time is 4:47, so that's right on. You can see a couple of events that were already created here, but let me go ahead and create a new one. So let's call this color and style, and then you'll go in and you'll select the client. So let's just use John Smith, and then you click the event start date. We'll say 4:47, which is right now, and we'll say that's going to go to 6:47 p.m. You can select AM or PM, obviously, and you can select the day. And then you just click create event. And you can see that that event was just created right here. You can actually drag it. Okay, so you can drag that down and see it. Now another thing you can do is you can move the time vertically. So let's say somebody calls you and says, hey, my appointment was for 1 o'clock, but I needed to move it to 12, or I need to move it to 3. Or let's say they had their appointment on Saturday and they needed it for Friday. You can move it over here. You can drag and drop that and move things around really easily. Another feature that we've added in the scheduler is the front desk mode, and this would be really helpful for somebody like a salon manager. So imagine you're a salon manager and you want to be able to see your schedule for different stylists, right? So you go in and you look up stylist CCRM user, that's the one we're using, and you can see their schedule here. Then you go in and you might select another stylist. Okay, let's do Brian, and we'll select another stylist, Bridget, right? And if there were entries for these, you would see them. So let's say we want to see Brian's. Let's say we want to see this stylist's schedule on Saturday. Let's say we want to see Brian, the other stylist's schedule on Sunday, and maybe we want to see Bridget's schedule on Monday or Tuesday, or you can just cycle through the different days. All right, so that pretty much wraps up the scheduler section of the software. Moving on to the inventory section. We allow for inventory integration to allow for a salon to keep up with its inventory, things like shampoo and conditioner and things like that. You can add a new category name. So let's just say a new category, inventory category would be towels. So we'll go enter in towels, and you click create category, and you can see that that category is created. You can create items. You can do an item name, select category, select barcode, and create item. You can edit inventory items. So let's go in and let's see right here where the shampoo is. Let's say you have, instead of having you sell one, and now there's 3, right? So you save it, you click update, and there were 4 items, now there's 3. That pretty much wraps up the inventory section and the demo for the software here. The last thing I'll show is that in the nav bar we have a log out button. So when you log out, it takes you back to the login screen. And more information about Style Connect can be found on our website, styleconnect.net. And this concludes the demo. Thank you for watching.